Hey Canucks fans, the Canucks made a series of minor moves over the past couple of days, setting up for what should promise to be a very active summer. I am Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Monday, March the 21st. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Thanks to all of you joining me for my live stream last night. It was an hour later than usual last night, but we had a lot of fun. I appreciate everyone stopping by. And don't forget, members franchising up tonight, 8:30 p.m., my monthly Zoom chat with all of you. That's 8:30 p.m. I put the link on my community tab, and then that gives me time to chat with all of you and then get ready for Canucks After Dark with Parker tonight at 10 p.m. We'll break down the Canucks trade activity as well as the big stories from throughout the league. So my goal for today's vlog is to talk about the Canucks transactions, both individually, but more importantly as a whole, and just to try and see where we're at with this team. And ultimately, do you want to assign a grade to the Canucks moves? I put a poll up on Twitter. It already has close to 500 votes, and I basically said, giving all the moves over the past couple of days, how would you grade this trade deadline? A, B, C, and F were my four. You can only give four options on Twitter. 5% said A, 53% gave it a B, 36% gave it a C, and only 6% gave it an F. So you can knock off the 5% that gave an A and the 6% that gave an F. Basically, those cancel each other out. So then 53% giving it a B and 36% giving it a C. So 53%, the majority, giving it a B, which means good or very good. I didn't break down B to B plus, B minus, but I think I'd give it a B minus or a C plus. So let's put down your letter grade in the comments right now and let me know why you give that grade. Let's look at these four deals, so to speak, these four transactions individually. I'll give quick reflections on each, although I did vlogs about each of them. I'll quickly recap here, and then we'll talk about the basically MO of this management group at the very end of this vlog. So let's start with Tyler Mott going to the New York Rangers for a fourth round pick in 2023. Yes, 2023 is going to be a deeper draft. I don't know how deep it goes 4 rounds in. I would have loved the Canucks to get more for Tyler Mott. Now I say this a lot on my streams all the time, we often overvalue our own players. But I thought we get a third rounder, even a second rounder for Tyler Mott. So to hear fourth rounder upon first reaction was a tad bit disappointing. Because in this market, we know that he's a great penalty killer. We know that he skates really well. He's a good checker, good wheels, not the best passer that I've talked about before, defensively responsible, and a heart, soul, and grit guy. And also, one thing I forgot to mention in my vlog earlier today is done so much work off the ice in terms of mental health and community awareness around mental health. Add all those up. Hard to quantify though. Is that how much of an increase over his $1.225 million contract does that amount for next year? And I guess that's what the Canucks were trying to figure out with Mott. And if Mott's agent wanted $2.5 million, almost a doubling of Mott's salary, I think that's a place where the Canucks simply couldn't go for next season. So Tyler Mott gets traded to the Rangers. I'm excited for him personally in that he'll have a chance to make a potentially deep playoff run with the Rangers, at least get to the divisional final, if not beyond. So we'll see how Mott does, and we'll be watching with curious eyes as to see how far he goes with the Rangers. So Mott, fourth round pick in 2023, coming back from the Rangers. I was a bit underwhelmed with this deal, to be honest, but bottom line for me, if they didn't think that they were going to get much more, if the offers weren't that great, I'm glad that they got something for him instead of letting him walk at the end of the season for absolutely nothing in return. Earlier in the day, Brad Richardson, the Canucks claimed Brad Richardson, the former Canuck from 7 years ago, off of waivers, off from the Calgary Flames to join their group. He's only on an $800,000 contract for the end of this year. Then he's a UFA. Don't know if he'll be done or if he'll try and get another cheap contract. He's 37 years old already. But as I mentioned earlier, this move gives the Canucks some leadership, some experience, some low maintenance in the bottom six. And maybe now with Mott being traded, you knew that you had to fill that spot somehow as well. And then if you do have Richardson come in, he can play as a winger or as a center. He can slot right in with Lamico and Highmore, or maybe he centers a fourth line of a Chason and put Coles in, with Dickinson coming back. You never know. So he's not going to play in the top six. Who are we kidding? So he'll play in the bottom six, and he'll be a solid contributor, not necessarily in terms of stats, but a low maintenance contributor for the rest of this season. What's important about this move is Nick Patan and Sheldon Rempel, two guys that are with the Canucks right now, or at least Patan is, being called up from Abbotsford. They can now join the Abbotsford Canucks for their playoff run, which is coming up soon. They still have some regular season games to go, but that was a small motivating factor as well, is freeing up Patan to join Abby when it comes time for their playoffs. So that was Brad Richardson, played here for 2 seasons before, in 13-14 and 14-15, and yes, played in about just in a handful of games. I think it was about 25 games for the Calgary Flames this season. Then we go back yesterday, and it was basically giving away a Travis and getting back at Travis. The day started with the Canucks trading defenseman Travis Hamnick and his $3 million cap hit, both this year and next year, to Ottawa for their own draft pick. Now, you might be saying, Clay, what does that mean, their own draft pick? Well, if there wasn't this trade made, Ottawa in the third round would have picked where the Canucks would have picked. So Ottawa would have their own draft pick and then picked where the Canucks picked. But we're basically getting our pick back. Follow me on this one. I'll go really quickly. I talked about this yesterday. When the Canucks traded for Nate Schmidt, they traded a third round pick in this year's draft to Vegas. Then Vegas and Ottawa had a trade, and that third round pick then went to Ottawa, and then we got that pick back. So it's our own pick, as they like to say, in exchange for Travis Hamnick. You shed $3 million of salary for a guy who has really underperformed here in Vancouver, in and out of the lineup with injury and personal issues. Then the Canucks bring in Travis Dermott, a lot younger than Travis Hamnick, only on a $1.5 million contract for this season and next season. So you're saving 1.5 right off the bat, and you can see that. And he's an RFA, restricted free agent, at the end of next season. So the Canucks will still hold all the leverage in negotiating with Dermott. So they can decide if they want to keep Dermott long term. But ultimately, it gives the Canucks more flexibility, both on the ice, because Dermott's a left shot D, but he can play both sides, left and right. And it gives them flexibility money-wise. Like I said, they're spending $1.5 million less by having Travis Dermott in the lineup. Going back to Toronto is a third-round pick. Not that third-round pick that I just talked about with the whole Vegas-Ottawa loop, but rather our third-round pick, technically Winnipeg's third-round pick, that we got from Winnipeg when we traded Nate Schmidt to Winnipeg in the summer. So it's kind of crazy how Nate Schmidt is involved in both of these trades involving third-round picks. So the net result is we get our third-round pick back from Ottawa, but we trade Winnipeg's third-round pick to Toronto for Travis Dermott. So the net result overall is we wind up with Travis Dermott, Brad Richardson, a 2023 fourth round pick, and then a 2022 third round pick, the Winnipeg Jets pick. So 4 assets in, 3 assets out. Of course, Tyler Mott going to the Rangers, Travis Hamnick going to Ottawa, and then Winnipeg's third round pick going to, I think I screwed that up earlier, Winnipeg's third round pick going to Toronto. So let's try that one more time. Coming in, it is Dermott, it is Richardson, it is a 2023 fourth rounder, and a 2022 third rounder from Ottawa, which turned out to be our own. Going out, Mott, Hamnick, and Winnipeg's third round pick. So let's say that us and the Jets basically finish near each other in the standings. Those cancel out. So really it becomes Mott, Hamnick, out, Dermott, Richardson, fourth rounder next year, in. Of course, the $1.5 million cap savings that comes from Dermott over Hamnick, and the money between Mott and Richardson this year is only $400,000 difference, especially prorated, whatever. But next season, it's not having to pay Tyler Mott, not having to shell out a new contract for him, whether that would be 2.25, 2.3, 2.5, whatever it may be. So Canucks fans, given all of that, again, how would you grade the Canucks performance? As I mentioned, I'd give it a B- or a C+. But I'm not worried. I'm not upset, and I'm not upset that the Canucks didn't do more, that Patrick Allvin and Jim Rutherford failed in their first trade deadline together. I don't believe that at all. We've known all along that this was going to be a long game, basically. Because, yes, the trade deadline is one big pressure point, but so is the draft. And then the entire offseason as well. So the Canucks have plenty of time to make those decisions. And it's kind of funny how about a month ago we were all, not freaking out, but all the talk was around, JT Miller, they got to get something for now. Maybe Bo Horvat's going to want too much when his contract ends. And definitely Brock Besser, what are you going to do with him? And Connor Garland, he's underperforming. All these things. All this talk, all this that we kind of whipped ourselves up in this frenzy, when really the Canucks did what I thought they did, and that's make some changes around the fringes, around the edges, and they're going to save all the heavy lifting for this summer. And Brock Besser is the one that really sticks out at the forefront. So I have no problem with what they did today, truly. It doesn't mean I give them like a glowing A or A+. I give them a B, B-, C+. But I do understand that the long game here is they're going to make likely some significant changes during the off season and maybe centered around the draft. So there you go, Canucks fans. There's my opinion. Would love to hear yours. Leave it in the comments below. Shout out to my sponsors, Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use the link in my video descriptions. And Advanced City Experts Real Estate Group. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. And shout out to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, and Hall of Fame members Jens95, Simalexander, Chris Seifert, Adam Broomfield, Shannon Hollingworth, HSM, Fangirl Gaming, Smooth Groove, and Carol Bovenlander. Thank you for your support as always. And thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You are listed in my video description. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or my videos or in the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. And if you made it this far, if you made it all the way to this far, 12 minutes in the vlog, I want you to type in all caps in the comment section the word patience. Not patience as in doctor, E-N-T-S, but patience. P-A-T-I-E-N-C-E. That it's obviously that Rutherford and Allvin are going the patient route. Patience is a virtue. Let's see how many Canucks fans actually have some of it. Subscribe if you'd like to. Like this video if you'd like to. Become a member of the channel or upgrade if you'd like to. Leave a comment down below if you'd like to. Give me your letter grades for this trade deadline performance by Allvin and Rutherford. 8:30 tonight, Franchise and Up, Zoom chat, 10 p.m., Canucks After Dark. This Saturday, Canuck Clay meet up at Monkey 9 Brewing in Richmond to watch the Canucks and Stars. So many cool things happening this week, and I hope to see you tonight on Canucks After Dark. Okay, friends, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.